So Rory, thanks so much for joining the show. Let's jump right in because in a college basketball and basketball world that is generally going in the way of threes, pace, space, offense. Here you guys are, making the Final Four, beating the number 2 and number 3 3-point shooting team. You guys at the Players Era tournament held UCLA to 4 threes. In a tight game against South Carolina, you hit the game-winning shot on what else? A mid-range jumper, and took home the tournament prize of $1 million. I also saw you won the MVP award, which came with like the heftiest ring I might have ever seen, honestly. But it all just kind of leads me to something that has fascinated me about you guys for a while now. It seems like a familiar style of play has sort of congregated, this old school style of play has congregated and dominated in Texas. And I'm curious what drew you towards it. Is it a way that you've always played?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, my dad has taught me about the mid range for some time now. We would do like a whole bunch of training sessions. Like he'd say, like you're smaller guard, like yeah, you should shoot the three, but you also need to have like a mid range game, like just in case you can't get all the way to the basket. But yeah, I've fallen in love with my mid range. I used to shoot like a lot of threes in high school. Just
Oh,
really bad shots though. Like nothing that you can do in college where you just dribble up and with no offense being called, you're just like, let me just take this shot. But no, I used to shoot on three, so but I was like an all around. I've been an all around player for a minute. I still think my mid range is my best shot, but yeah, I think we're pretty good at that here at Texas. I think we've really embraced it. It goes really well for our offense.
yeah. So wait, you were just letting it fly from, just like pulling up in transition basically from the three when you were in high
Yeah,
school?
yeah. I was really unconscious when it came to it. Like I literally, I look back. Mind you, this is like 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
I look back and I'm just like shooting it anywhere, everywhere, no
hmm
matter what the time is. He didn't have a shot clock then, so he just jacked it up and yeah. So I shot a lot of threes then.
Damn. Okay. You know what? That surprises me. I wouldn't have thought, because especially your game right now, right? Like it's
Yeah.
obviously very mid-range heavy, but the other thing that I think that you're very special at is I feel like you are a very like considered playmaker as well. And in this
Mm,
Texas offense as well, like I feel like you know how to like kind of make the shot clock go down all the way and like set somebody else up or set yourself up too. Like you're really
yeah.
great at like when like that's when the midi really comes in
Right.
handy too, right? Like if everything
Yeah.
else breaks down, even that final shot, right? Like
Right.
you
No,
can
you're
kind
right.
of it gives you freedom, right? Like you can
Mhm.
drift over to the baseline, hit like hit that lefty midi. Like that's very hard to guard.
Yeah, I think no, it definitely is. I think when you develop that 1-2 pull up, like you can basically get your defense going downhill, get your defense on their heels, and doesn't matter how tall, short, whatever you are. Like if you're able to time, I guess time it correctly, have a really quick 1-2 pull up with your feet. I don't
hmm
think a lot of my shots don't feel contested, even though a lot of our my defenders are a lot taller than me. Like I said, I think it's just like using my quickness and getting to my spots and like
hmm
just elevating. I think you know I think it's a pretty good shot.
Yeah, there's a lack of predictability to the way
Mhm.
that you play, which yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Like it feels like your dad definitely gave you some good advice
Yeah, I
there.
did.
So tell me about this MVP ring. I got it. Like, do you have it with you? How heavy is it? Can you actually wear it? Like, what's?
Yeah, you're in luck because my backpack is right
Oh,
here,
sweet. Okay, awesome.
and I didn't unpack it after
hmm
Las Vegas. It's pretty hefty. I'm about to take it out. Hold on. It's this
Oh
big.
my gosh, it's like a bracelet.
Yeah, so I could put like I could do this, but it's too
Yeah,
small for a bracelet. But no, it's a
right.
pretty big ring. Like,
That's huge.
yeah, it's kind of heavy, honestly.
Yeah, it's not very
Yeah,
practical, I guess. But you got to find like a display case or something like that to have
yeah.
that.
It came with a little stand. Oh,
hmm
I guess it was just the
Oh,
stand.
okay.
Oh, there it is. Here's the
Oh, that
stand.
makes sense. Okay,
Yeah,
there you
and
go.
it was in
There
this
you
box.
go.
So
Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. You're seeing it here first, folks. The
Yeah.
MVP ring and its rightful stand.
I know
That's
a
awesome.
lot of people have been asking me about it. They're like, "That looks pretty big," and I was like, "Yeah, it was pretty big." When he gave it to me, it was like heavier than I was anticipating, but no, it's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool ring or
Yeah,
bracelet.
that's yeah, whatever. Halfway in between, maybe like a kid's bracelet or something
Oh,
like
for
that.
sure, it would definitely go
Mhm.
on a kid's arm. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that might be the move.
Hmm.
But yeah, I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about everything that sort of drew you to Texas. Like I did some, I watched a couple of other interviews that you've done, and you mentioned that you immediately hit it off with Vic Schaefer. Now that you guys have had this relationship for quite some time, like can you look back in hindsight and kind of reflect on some of the things that drew you guys to each other?
Yeah, I think it's just our competitive nature. Like whatever. Shoot, I mean, I know you guys see him and how he coaches, and that's how he truly feels about the game. Like he really just wants to win that bad. And I think we just both hate losing more than we love
Mhm.
winning. Like it's truly in our blood, like to really not like we hate losing. So that was kind of like our topic of conversation. The way he embraces and takes pride in the defense, I
Mhm.
think is very important. Like I don't know how many games where we might have had a very shaky offensive game, maybe in the past year or this year, but it didn't matter because our defense was going to take care
Mhm.
of it. And so I think when you have that, it was really easy for me to decide like, oh yeah, this is the type of person, a type of coach I want to play for, um, in my next 4 or 5 years, obviously. But yeah, we just have that tight relationship where we've been together for a minute. I think I can read his mind very well. Like we catch each other, I catch him, and he catches me. Like we're both thinking like the exact same thing. We're about to say the exact same thing. So
Really?
yeah, it's pretty nice to have like, but he just has so much trust in me, and as a player, that's really what brings the best out of you. Like is when your coach has that much trust and confidence in you to be able to do these things. Yeah, I think it just brings the best out of me.
What are like the Vic Schaeferisms that live perpetually in your head?
We call it the Book of Viculations. Oh man, there's so many. Um, he does the stomping. He has a jacket. He
Right.
says it's saying like that ain't it. Like he'll
Right.
he'll be like, well, you didn't want to do that. Like we don't look like this. Well, that ain't it. So that's probably a really famous one. Thing. There's so many. I'm going blank. Man,
What are some things that ain't it on the court?
boxing out. playing
Yeah.
playing hard, playing hard. I would probably put playing hard number one. He's a pretty reasonable coach. Like you can make a few mistakes, but he just gets mad if you're not playing hard through it,
Yeah.
Like and so yeah, boxing out, playing hard. T- oh, here's one. He'll start imitating a chicken
What?
if you back out of a charge. So like obviously defense we help side and you know there's charges and so if you back
Yeah.
out of a charge if you don't take a charge and you were there he starts imitating a chicken and starts being like bok 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 like he literally will like
Yeah.
in practice and we actually possibly sometimes we would run for it but yeah that's probably another thing that like he hates when you back out of
Yeah.
a charge.
Well, that has to piss you off, right? Like nobody likes to be called a chicken.
Yeah, but you hear it so many years it's like
You get used to
okay.
it, yeah. Well, it
Yeah,
probably doesn't
I
happen with you very often. Like you're out
no,
here taking those charges. Yeah.
no, it does not happen with me. I mean, sometimes you got to be smart. You got to know when it's the right time to take a charge and
Mhm.
um or before it becomes a blocking foul. But most of the time, yeah, I'm not gonna back out, especially if you're coming right at me.
Yeah. Yeah. He was he mentioned earlier in this season that even though you guys were winning games, he wasn't necessarily happy with like the defensive standard that you guys were playing up to and the rebounding as well. Obviously, you guys, you had some changes this season. You guys are playing like a little bit more of a guard heavy rotation as well right now. But I'm curious, what does a practice look like when that's the way that he's feeling about your guys' performance?
Yeah, I mean, I think I can't remember which game it was, but we did not box out. We did not deny the floor. So he like pulled up all the drills that you could think about, all the drills that I've been through like in my career
From like
in
K
one.
to
It was
now.
it was
Yeah.
in one day. It was in
Yeah.
one day. It was
Really?
like this
Okay.
shirt, that shirt. I was like, oh my gosh, like you. I remember he went in the interview and was like, oh, we're gonna fix this. And I was like, oh, I know what that means. So there was like 2 consecutive days where we like were so like focused on boxing out and denying the floor, having ball pressure, and
Mhm.
but I mean, I don't think it was him getting mad that like, oh, like we can't do it. It's early in the season. Like people have to like be acclimated to like how we do things here,
Mhm.
and um, and it's good that he's doing that though. It's having that high standard is a standard here. And I think when you become a mature and older player, you understand like it's not always him like just so angry that we aren't learning something fast enough. Like it's him just like putting pressure on us to realize we do have to like pick up on the fly. We do have to adjust. We do have to quickly we have to learn fast. Like you can't learn stuff 40 games in or 35
Mhm.
games in. Like he understands like we have to learn, but he wants us to learn fast. And so, yeah, we will. I think we're getting better at defense. But defense comes with chemistry. I think our
Yeah.
defensive chemistry helps us with our offensive chemistry. Like I feel like
Mhm.
that's how we work. It's like if we
Yeah.
look scrambled on defense, like I'm pretty sure our offense doesn't look that great either.
Yeah.
So, it's definitely he definitely harps on that for sure a lot.
Yeah. But part of that getting people up to speed though, that's kind of your job now too, right? Like you are a
Mhm.
senior guard and you've got young guard and Brianna Preston on the team, Aaliyah Crump as well, freshman. And obviously I know that they weren't able to play this weekend, but I'm wondering like has that put you in a different position? Or do you have to be more of a teacher now?
Yes, I like last year. You're a senior. I was a senior, and there was like Shay Taylor, like us ones who kind of understand the flow, like. Um, but now it's like, and a lot of team like had an idea of what they're doing, and there was only like 3 or 4 new people. But now like we have a lot of seniors, but most of our seniors are pretty new too. We have like
Yeah.
Taya and Ashton. They are transfers.
Hmm.
Yeah, they're older, so they have more experience, but like this system isn't anything they've seen before. And then there's Kylo, she's a second year, so it's not like she has like 3, 4 years underneath her. And then
Hmm.
Sarah, like it's just not a lot of experience and a lot of knowledge of like how we do things here.
Hmm.
So having to become more of a vocal leader and not even just vocal, but like showing them how it's done. Like
Yeah.
there's players in our team learn different ways. Not everyone is going to understand the same way. So now that I can't just say it out loud. Now I have to show them. Now I have to go on the court and do it. It's like show them how it's done. But yeah, I feel like this year I've become a lot more of a teacher for sure.
Yeah.
Not because they don't get it. It's just because they don't know yet.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
they just don't know.
What's that been like for you? Like what have you learned about yourself?
It helps me like get out of my own self. Like it helps me think about others. And I think when you put others before you, that's when you can grow and you can thrive as a person and a player. So honestly, I'm not as vocal as so many people think I might be. I've
Mhm.
had to learn how to be vocal. Um, I always thought like leading by example was like, oh, this is good stuff right here, but it's really not. Like for college
Yeah.
basketball teams and the caliber that we're playing at, like the eliteness that we play at, like you have to have vocal leaders who are willing to use their voice like day in and day out throughout the practice, whatever it is.
Mhm.
And so it can be uncomfortable sometimes. Like I still have room to grow, but I do feel like I became a lot more of a vocal leader this year, and I think it really helps, like especially with our new players and our
Mhm.
freshmen and our are newcomers, like I think it just helps them like get through things better and easier. And it helps me. It helps me when I help them.
Yeah, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Would you like? I guess would you have characterized yourself as like shy when you were growing up, or no?
um, I wouldn't say I was shy. I just wasn't like a big talker. Like I think both me and my brother, like my brother's pretty shy right now. He's not really like a big talker either.
Hmm.
And like my dad and my mom, my dad is definitely very soft spoken. Like I don't have a voice that's going to like carry either. So I wouldn't say I was shy. I just wasn't like obviously. I think I just like takes me a minute to warm up.
Yeah.
Like if this has nothing to do with like basketball, like just warm it to a person. Like it's just like, you just have to like talk more, do more,
Hmm.
get comfortable, see them every day. Like it just has to be
Yeah.
like one of those things where I just have to get used to it. But like you can't wait in this situation.
Right.
Like you can't like you want people, you want these
Hmm.
freshmen, you want these transfers to know like you're here on day one. Like I don't want
Hmm.
them. I want them to know that their first impression for me is like I'm going to talk to them a lot. I'm going to be the leader that they need me to be. And so yeah, I've learned. I grew out of it. Like I can talk
Hmm.
now. I'm fine with like communicating and talking, and
Yeah.
so it's good.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you about you mentioned sort of being able to put yourself in a position of helping others that actually allows you to get better. And
Mm,
I noticed like two times that you use the word selfish, and I imagine the word like I'm curious about your relationship with that word, because like the first time I heard you talk about it was after you got injured in your junior year. You said that you tore your after you tore your ACL, that the first little bit, at the beginning, like you're just kind of thinking about yourself, and you're missing out on playing and the progress that you made. You also got off to like an incredible start that
thanks.
season as well, right? Like you have this huge win against UConn. Like you guys are looking like one of the best teams in the nation. So that is obviously understandable. And then the second time I heard you use that word, was after you guys beat TCU in the Final Four, and you had an emotional moment with yourself, and you said, "I was just kind of being selfish and thinking about what I've been through as a player to come back from my ACL injury in 10 months. Obviously, the physical and the mental. Just to see us get to the Final Four, I was really proud of myself." But those are two different ways of like using the
Yeah.
word selfish. Two different I'm just kind of curious what your relationship with that is.
Honestly, there's a time and place to be selfish, like you
Mm-hmm.
just explained. Um, I think it was really valid for me to be in my
For sure.
feelings when I
Mm-hmm.
got injured. But we were in the middle of the season. So my team, obviously, they were as devastated as me. Like they were pretty down low too. But I felt like that was the time that I realized that my team needed my voice more than me just leading by example.
Right.
That's what I learned
Mm-hmm.
when that happened. And so, yeah, I had to like get over myself. Like it happened.
Mm-hmm.
I was sad. I think it's very valid for me to be upset, but I had to bring the energy still. And
Mm-hmm.
I think by doing that, it distracted me from what I was going through. Like it kept me in the game. It kept me like focused on others so I don't have to think about myself. Now, as far as the other
Yeah,
selfish,
but yeah.
you
Can
sometimes
I just ask you about that for a second? Like,
mm,
I'm curious if watching Madison Booker also turn into kind of a point guard under your tutelage, watching her be able to do that, get these triple doubles, was there a reward in that for you personally?
yeah, you feel good about yourself. You feel
Mm-hmm.
good that you were able to really help and be there for someone that really needed it. Um, she obviously did such a great job, and she probably still would have done great without me. But I think it's just so much luggage that you have to carry when you become the point guard of a team, and
Mm-hmm.
especially for a Coach Schaefer team. It's not like, oh, you're just distributing the ball and like, all right, I'm good with that. Like you have to like run your team. You have to
Mm-hmm.
put them in the right spots. Like you have to care for them, like show up for them. No matter how you're feeling in a day, like it's like you're their coach as a player.
Yeah.
Um, and so yeah, I felt pretty good, to know that like I truly was there for like she didn't always have a great day. Obviously, she didn't let
Right.
anyone see that.
Mm-hmm.
But some of the things that people don't know is like sometimes practices were really difficult. They're really hard, and I was like on the ground doing whatever I was doing with my rehab, and
Hmm.
I would talk to her, and I would stand up and go talk to her, or in game, like a game, something could go sideways, and I stand behind, like you stand with behind your like position that is sitting in the chair during timeouts. And so I was standing right behind her, and I like, just give her like the physical touch of like, I'm here,
Hmm.
not necessarily have to like coach her every second, because sometimes you don't need to tell people like what they're doing wrong, or try to
Right.
help them like by using your voice, but sometimes you just have to let them know like you're good, like I'm here. And so yeah, I think
Hmm.
it just that helped us
Yeah.
as like as players, as us duo, it helped us a lot.
Totally.
But as far as being going back to your selfish, the other selfish of the TCU game, like I was just I learned how to be so grateful. Like unfortunately, you have to go through something that takes something that you care about away to feel that grateful. But every day, like when I have a
Hmm.
chance to play the sport that I love, like I'm grateful. And I was just
Yeah.
super happy that after coming off an injury so gruesome as it is, to go to the Final Four with my team, like I, everything that I had been through was running through my head at that moment. Like every bad day, every thought like, oh, I can't move the same as I used to. I have this huge brace on my leg, like, and we were still able to do it. And so that was the time I was like, yeah, I was thinking about myself. Not saying I was thinking about my teammates, but like when you
Yeah.
go through something so tough like that, like you win a game, you're happy. Like
Right.
there shouldn't be any tears shed. But I truly was thinking about everything that
Hmm.
I had been through, and the people I was doing it with, like, were along the side of me. Like they saw how
Hmm.
difficult it was
Yeah.
at times, and so it was really emotional.
Yeah.
Those selfish are completely different.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. And both completely valid at the same time
Mhm.
too. Yeah. What was it like? So you had to play with a brace pretty much all season last year,
Yeah,
and I'm curious, what was it like to get that brace off?
yeah. It was great. I absolutely hated it. Like
Yeah.
obviously, I was grateful. My doctor, my surgeon was like, "This will be good for you. Like just wear it. I know it's
Mhm.
not the best looking or the most comfortable." And I was grateful that I wore it. Like it helped a little bit mentally to like move the way I want to move, because it is
Mm.
it's
Yeah.
a protection. It's not just there to like be hanging on my leg. Like it helps.
Right.
Um, but to get that off, oh my God, like
Just giant though.
yeah, I hated it. I had like three of them because I had to like resize, because when your quad
Mhm.
gets bigger, like you gotta get it to
Oh.
fit. And
Yeah.
so
Right.
I had one when I first got into like my 4 month, and then I got another one like my 8 months. And I had another one throughout this season because it wore down because of how much I was sweat and how much we move in it. But I threw them all away. I don't even
Yeah.
know where all of them are at, but I was so happy. I wouldn't say like it was such a physical hindrance as much as it was a mental one.
Mhm.
Like people think, oh, it was big, it looked heavy. Like it wasn't that bad. Like as far as like, how it prevented me from doing this or doing that. Like it is just something you had to get used to.
Mhm.
Which I did. I feel like I did. Like I look back at the film, and um I was moving as fast as I am now, but I was moving still pretty fast. And so now that I don't have it, I just felt like a whole weight being lifted off my shoulder. Like,
Yeah.
wow, like this is crazy. Like I can feel like myself again.
Mhm.
And I think that's what a lot of people have been noticing, is that I'm getting back to who I used to be before I got injured. And it
Yeah.
takes a minute. Like just because you come
Mhm.
back after you're cleared, you're like, oh, you're cleared. Let's go. You're gonna be you all over again. Like no, it
Right.
takes some time to like feel like yourself again. And
Yeah.
for me, that was to let go of the brace. So
Yeah. Like.
I feel
Yeah.
really good. Like I didn't get to do any on court exercises or like basketball much of that summer coming back. I had to focus on rehabbing. So like
Mhm.
me on the court was like I did not feel like me. Like I didn't get to work on my game like
Mm.
the way I really wanted to. But now this past summer, like I had no limitations. I get out
Yeah.
my brace, like I can fully like go and work, be in the gym the way I want to, like the way I've always like I love working on my game. Like I just enjoy like being free. and the phrase
Yeah.
should not help me feel that way. But no, I feel really good right now.
That's
Really good.
awesome, dude. Yeah, like I mean, you get this literal and like mental, physical baggage like out of here. It makes a lot of
Yeah.
so what did you work on this off season?
Man, I mean, so I went to Sydney and was like, I need to,
It's
I,
Sydney Carter, Texas assistant for anybody who doesn't know.
yeah, Coach Cindy Carter, if you don't know her name, then that's a problem. But I went to her, I was like, I need to start, like, I want to play against size. I want to play against physicality. I want to learn how to shoot faster off the pull up. I want to shoot my threes, like, get into the lane, finish with contact, like everything that you think of. And the thing about Sydney is like, she's not just putting me through something that, like, oh, this, I can see, like, no, she rewatched film and we
Mm,
work on the things that I do. Well, obviously, we worked on a lot of new stuff in the summer because that's kind of what you do in the summer. You try to like try stuff out. And but no, she had me going against like our big guy Sam, like our other tall guy who's like 6'2", and had them like get like play really hard defense, try to block every shot that they could. And um so to the point where like length and size doesn't bother me. But yeah, I think my one dribble, 1-2 pull up has like
mm,
gotten way faster. The control of my hands coming to the ball, like my threes have gotten a lot better. I can get them off really fast. I would say just everything. Like it was just
yeah.
all around like let's watch film, let's see how I did this and like let's capitalize on it. That's all I was saying when it came to that South Carolina two dribble pull up baseline. That's something that we literally work on.
Yeah.
Like she sees my game. She sees like what I do and what I could do. Even that,
Mhm.
just because we're watching film, we're not watching film like, oh, I should have been here. Like we're watching like, okay, I could have done this specific move. I could have hesitation. I could have
Mhm.
attacked this, but like it was like it's a complete
The
breakdown of all of
nuances.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's how I like it. I want to be criticized constructively. Like tell me
Yeah.
how I can get better. So
Yeah. You're also pretty like detail oriented as well. Like I think
yeah.
I've heard you refer to yourself as a bit of a perfectionist. Maybe
Yeah.
something you have in common with your coach.
Yeah, it's to a fault, but yeah, definitely a perfectionist. I think it's to a fault because if you don't know how to handle it, like if you don't know
Yeah.
how to react to it, but no, yeah, I'm
Mhm.
definitely a perfectionist.
Is that something you had to learn how to do?
No, this is how I've
Or it's
always
just
been.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
so I mean knowing how to handle it.
Oh yes. Oh yeah. I've had to grow like into that. Like you're a perfectionist. You got to acknowledge that you're a perfectionist, but
Mhm.
you're never going to be perfect. Like you have to just acknowledge like I want to do my best and be a perfectionist, but you're never going to be perfect. So just being able to respond correctly to like messing up or making mistakes and understanding like sometimes that happens. And so
Yeah.
I think I've grown a lot in that area. Like nobody likes to mess up, miss shots, turn the ball over, miss defensive
Yeah.
assignments. Like no one wants to do that. But for me, I'm going to try my best to be perfect.
Yeah. You did
So
Kelsey Plum's camp, right?
yeah.
There's like I feel like there's I've noticed with the shorter players in the league and of course I think this WNBA is something that you're definitely preparing yourself for and in the NCAA there's almost like this commonality that I've noticed. I think perfectionism is definitely one of those things. Like do you feel like it kind of drives you towards perfection to kind of look and I imagine there's probably a pride aspect of it as well, right? Where I imagine that people probably doubt you. So now you want to find a way to prove them wrong and say like it doesn't matter. Like it
Mm,
doesn't matter what my dimensions are. Like I have this skill, I'm gonna be better
sure.
at it than you, and I'm gonna like especially for you, like on the defensive end of thing, like there's it seems like there's a pride aspect to it.
Yeah, I think for me, it's the pride comes with just wanting to be better than myself yesterday too.
Hmm.
Like I don't want to feel like I didn't do what I could that day. Like I want to be able to like give my. I told even I was talking to Lovato like some time ago. I was like, I can't work out. I can't do things without going 100%. Like I'm just wasting time. I'm
Hmm.
disrespecting myself. And so I also I don't put something to reach too high for me. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like or too like I feel like if I want to do something, I can do it.
Yeah, you're gonna do
Like
it. Yeah.
I don't feel like I can't do anything. Like if
Hmm.
I try hard enough, if I work hard enough, if I put this much effort into it, I feel like I can do it. And I think that's what you say with a lot of WNBA players. Like they probably feel that way too. Like
That self
there's
belief. Yeah.
yeah, like you have to
Hmm.
have that like internalized like motivation. Like I'm internally motivated by like just being successful and having great outcomes. Like I feel very internally motivated. Like
Hmm.
nothing on the outside can really get me like startled or moved that much. So yeah, I think that's interesting that you say that though about how there's like these other players that do that too. And that's what makes them how great they are.
Hmm.
Like you have to put like such a hard, like you have to have that standard about yourself to be that great. But on the, like I said, it's to a fault sometimes because like you're not always going to be perfect.
You're
But
right.
if you learn how to like manage like making mistakes, blah, 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 and all this stuff, like it goes pretty well. It makes you a great player. And so Kelsey Plum is actually someone who I do look up to. And being at her camp, I learned a lot about her and her mindset. And it's great to see that her mindset like is pretty similar to mine. So that means
Mhm.
that I'm doing something right.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, it just seems like if you figure out how to give yourself some grace,
Yeah,
then you can turn all those things into a superpower.
right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You finished your degree in 3 years, right?
Yes.
What did you take?
So luckily, since I'm from Texas, a lot of my dual credit classes in high school were transferred over, and
Oh, okay.
so it took me 3 years to finish and get my degree in kinesiology and health.
Mm.
Um, and then now I'm pursuing, which I'm already done. People don't know that I already finished my master's degree. I just don't graduate until December.
God, what'd you take your master's in?
Sports management.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah,
So
so
are you already plotting then whatever comes next after you're playing then, hey?
yeah, I think there's a lot of things in store.
Yeah.
The connections that I have,
Yeah.
the ability to understand the game. Like I feel like I can work well with a team. I feel like I can lead a team. Like there's so many things that sports has taught me,
Yeah.
or just in school that can go together. That can help me like do whatever I want to do in the future after the ball stops bouncing. And
Would
obviously,
you
my degree from the University of Texas like weighs way more than a lot of things. So I think I'm in a good spot with that.
Yeah, yeah. Would you want to coach?
Yeah, it's crossed my mind. I've gone back and forth about it. Uh, it's just so much has changed since I started playing when I was younger and to now.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah.
it's just one of those things that people say like, "Oh, you're a point guard and a good leader. You should coach." You know,
Right.
it's like, and it's definitely crossed my mind. Like, if the opportunity arises, I would. It's not like I would be like, "No, I can't do it." It'd just be like one of those things where it's like, let's see, because I also want to be like a GM for a sports team. Like there's a lot of things that I like would
Ooh,
like to
yeah.
do. Maybe
Yeah.
not like specifically in the game in the moment, but like something that is still with sports. So
Right, yeah.
whatever that is, I'm pretty sure I'll find a connection somewhere and
Yeah.
figure that out. Yeah.
Well, you like Lego, right? So maybe you want to put the pieces together, like together.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I mean,
Lakers are pretty cool.
mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, but you're right though. The sports world has changed so much. Like even in the time that you got to college, NIL, for example, was something that was
Yeah.
just starting to get off the ground. I'm curious, like, how has that changed your life?
It changed my life like a lot. It has brought so much opportunity
Yeah.
for like myself, but just like my family.
Hmm.
It's life changing, like actually life changing. One day you're getting a stipend check for like $700 because you stay in the dorms. The next day you're like getting a it started off as four, like a 4 digit, 5 digit, 6 digit deal
Yeah.
that you've never came across in your whole life. And you're like, well, now I
Yeah.
have this. So
Yeah.
I'm just super grateful that's a thing. Like I said, I didn't get recruited with NIL. I didn't get recruited by money, like
Hmm.
because it wasn't really established yet when I was being recruited. But it's life changing. You're not only a player anymore. You're a businesswoman. You're a brand. Like I
Yeah.
didn't think I would have to be on social media. I didn't think I'd have to be on my phone so much,
Right.
but I do like because it's a part. It's my job. Like I'm a business. My name is a business outside of like being a player, and so it's definitely a lot different. It's
Hmm.
definitely a lot different. I've seen the change
Yeah.
like of both ways of being like no one else to some to now it's like um
It's the whole thing.
so
Yeah.
so much. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's great. Yeah. Yeah, you don't seem like somebody who would naturally like if it was up to you and there was no reward for it, would want to really put yourself out there too much or like be on social media. Like how have you um kind of cope like I don't know if coping is maybe too strong of a word, but how have you kind of like built your relationship with that?
Yeah, you got to realize um it's so weird but unfortunate at the same time, but the more you like put yourself out there,
Hmm.
the better it is.
It's the world, yeah.
It's like they people want to see what I do in a day, what I
Hmm.
eat in a day, what I do in my workout, how I spend time with my friends, how I spend time with my
Yeah.
family. It's like people want to see that and people will pay to see that.
Right,
And
yeah.
so, I mean, it's up to you don't have to do that.
Right.
Some people you can get plenty of brand deals without even putting yourself out there. But I think a lot of brands like to see the authenticity of their player that they're like
Hmm.
signing their partnership with. Like
Right.
I remember I've came across a few deals or a few opportunities that have come my way because they've seen what I've posted.
Right. Oh, okay.
I
Yeah.
don't think I would get those deals. Not saying I don't think I'd get it, but I think it helps a lot more when they see like, oh wow, like look at her, like her day in the life. Look how disciplined. Like I don't know. There's so many
Hmm.
things that like these brands don't know about you when
Yeah.
you're just playing basketball. They
Right.
just see you on TV or they see you in person. They don't, and now it's a lot more about like how you are as a person more than like your hoops. Most of the time brand deals aren't they don't want a video of you playing or like a highlight reel
Yeah.
of you playing basketball. They want to see like what you do outside of basketball a lot of the time. And just make that connection. But it definitely picked up a lot with my ACL injury because I posted it a lot.
Yeah, you
I
were
I
documenting your
stayed on,
journey,
yeah,
right? Yeah.
yes, and so I got a
Mhm.
lot of like recovery things, a lot of like
Mhm.
training things, like supplement, like a whole bunch of like that health
Yeah.
side things, and um, which it, like I said, it helps to really, it really does help to put yourself out there. Like you don't have to, but I think it does more for you. And
Mhm.
even then, they say the more followers you have, sometimes they pay you more.
Yeah, totally. Oh,
Sometimes they're
yeah.
like, if you have over 50K followers, I will give you more money for a deal. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
So
That's the currency, right?
yeah, you can use it how
Yeah.
you want to. Like you
Yeah.
really could use it how you want to.
Yeah. The documenting your journey, there's obviously a lot of vulnerability involved in that. I'm curious if like as you've kind of put yourself out there, especially with that, like have you been able to develop sort of like your personal sort of boundary? Are there things that you're like, okay, this is a line of like how much authenticity I actually want to show?
I'm pretty authentic. I feel like I don't. Yeah,
Yeah, you're pretty
I
much you feel
I
comfortable
I
with it?
can. Yeah, I feel like people need to hear those
Like how
things that
yeah.
happen. I would remember the first time I was truly authentic about my injury was me talking about how I found out through Coach Schaefer and Lovato. They called me to their office, and when he told me, like I spent like 45 minutes to an hour like crying in his
Mhm.
office. I feel like not a lot of people know those things. Like
Yeah.
I think people see us as players a lot more sometimes than like just humans. Unfortunately, but I think when you tell those stories like that, people really like see like, wow, they're just regular people.
Mhm.
And then you do that and then you start reaching other regular people who are
Yeah.
going through the same thing that you're going through. So I think it's just like a huge community. Like I
Yeah.
think the more like vulnerable I can be, like I think people respect that.
Yeah.
Like people really respect when you can be vulnerable. Obviously, there's a fine line, but nothing in my life has truly happened where I don't mind like sharing it.
Mhm.
Um, they can truly just learn about like who I am and why I do the way that I do things.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a reward in that too, and like
Hmm.
sharing and struggle with people as well. So
Yeah.
that makes a lot of sense. Last question before I let you go. You guys are now ranked number 2 in the nation. And I'm just wondering if you think you should be ranked number 1 after beating number 2 and number 3.
Yeah, that's a great question. I don't. I've been media trained, so
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I think it's coach came to practice today, or was it yesterday? Probably not yesterday. It was today. Maybe it was the day. I don't know, but we were anticipating to be 2 or 1.
Okay.
And I remember he was like, "Is there going to be a difference in the way that we practice and prepare if we're named 1 or 2?" And we're all like, "No."
Yeah.
And that's kind of me explaining that is like me answering your question. Like,
Yeah.
we're grateful that people consider our team to be the second best team in the country, but it's really a number. It is just a number.
Mhm.
It's 8 games in. Being ranked this high early is nice. I'm
Mhm.
happy. We're happy that we're doing this well, especially with the
Yeah.
players that we don't have, right? And
Yeah.
the schedule of teams that we've played. We are really proud of ourselves and grateful. But 1 versus 2, I don't feel any type of I would feel the same way, and I would say
Yeah.
the same thing if we
Yeah.
were 1.
Yeah.
It's just like it is what it is, but it's
Yeah.
not like we're gonna prepare any different. If anything, you have a bigger target on your back if you're 1.
That's true.
And when you're second, you're the first loser. So,
Probably keeps you a little
we're
hungry, I
yeah,
imagine.
it keeps us a
Yeah.
little hungry. Exactly.
Okay.
So that's how I would answer your question.
Okay. Okay. See, I was gonna say you ended up really getting into it. I was gonna say when you said you're in media trained, I think I found a line of your authenticity right there.
You
But
can't always say crazy
no, there you
stuff.
go. Yeah. Rory, thank you so much for joining the show. It was really lovely to get to know you a little bit better. Good
Thank
luck
you.
with the season. Hopefully, see you down the line. And yeah, I think fans probably enjoyed getting to learn a little bit more about your journey. So I appreciate that.
Thank you so much. Thank you.